guys, happy Thursday. I hope you have a wonderful day. Okay, don't panic. A few cards fell out, so I took them, and I can kind of see what's going on here. I can actually, let me rephrase that. I can feel what's kind of going on here. So I'm not surprised that these cards fell out. And actually, it was these three that fell out. Okay, we come in with the Three of Swords, the Page of Swords, the World card, the Fool card, the Hanging Man card, and we've got the Ten of Swords. Don't panic. I think I know what's going on here. And we've got the Four of Wands, the Knight of Swords, and I pulled this, okay? It's the earth element, okay? It basically says use logic, reason, and common sense today. And I'm going to tell you why that's going to pay off. It's perfect. Okay. The Three of Swords. Okay, I let me just go through the story first instead of picking them all apart, and then I can do that. But given this is a general, I think what is happening here, okay, the Three of Swords and the Ten of Swords, I'm not going to lie, that's not easy energy to work through, okay? And you've got the Page of Swords here, who doesn't help the matter at all, and the Knight of Swords, okay? So it's probably going to be communication of some sort, right? And communication is how we show up. It's not just verbal. I'm going to suggest to you that you maybe want to lay low. You want to think about what you're going to say before you say it, because I have a feeling here that you're going to fare better to just observe a situation first. I think you may have people, right, in your midst here that they can be playing both sides of the fence. You know, these are friends, so to speak, right? But that also, how do I say? They can either they may have their own agendas, right? So make sure that the people that are truly your friends are truly your friends, right? Or colleagues or coworkers or any kind of business associate, whatever you're in something with someone else, make sure you really know that person, okay? I tend to think your intuition is already kicking in here again. And I really think that that's why this whole week we haven't had air, because clearly today we do. And it's going to come out in exactly that way. Kind of like the F5 tornado, we see it coming down the street, right? Is it going to hit the house, or is it going to pass by the street, right? We don't really know yet. So we want to err on the side of caution and just kind of protect ourselves. Yeah, that's where I'm going to go with that. Okay. I think too that clarify your motives for what you're doing, okay, and why you're doing it. You could be on either end of this coin here, but I'm going to portray it in one way. Take your side of the fence, however it applies to you, okay? I think there's something going on here. There were either hurt feelings, someone decided to be, you know, the lone cowboy and branch out from the herd and left other people in the lurch, or this card right here really speaks of trying to do something. It's a card though too that comes together after something that's been hard to work through, a relationship, any kind of something you were trying to do or build for the greater good, right? And I think that that's where we were going during the week. We don't have to do things that are spectacular in life, but we need to show up and contribute in some kind of way. If you're in a relationship here, I really do feel that this is a person, right, that they may have apprehensions about something. They may want to be in a relationship, but then they may not really know what they want. If this is that kind of situation, you need to figure out why someone fell short, because you may have put expectations on them when in fact they had no intention of going any further, right? What happens here too is I think that, when something ends, because there's really no going back from here, okay? That's someone's crossed the line, something has crossed the line. Uh, it's just, it's burnt out. You've got to release it and find some closure here. But that's not always the easiest thing to do, right? Sometimes we have emotions in things, right? We don't just get out of a situation, whatever it is. It could be a job, it could be, someone, a relationship. You don't forget that instantly. You could want to, you're you let the relationship go, or you let something turn a corner. But it doesn't, the emotion attached to it doesn't just dissipate because we decide we have to make a tough move, right? I think that someone may not be quite sure what they want. They're looking for something that's perfect and framed. And you know what? Life's just really not like that. And there's some bumps in here that really need to be discussed. But make sure that on any front, guys, when I say relationship, I mean you and someone else in whatever form, okay? Um, Something I think is draining. You've got some kind of frustrating association in here somewhere. Okay. Basically, the pleasure, the joy, the um, emotional excitement, all of that, you know, it seems to have left the situation here. So this is either it's some kind of dynamic where words are being exchanged, someone kind of crossed the line here, or you're just done, right? It's the conversation that this card has anguish in it, yes, but the damage is done already, right? Because you've got the 3 and the 10. The damage is done. Now it's what do I do about it, right? It's not always an easy situation. So I think that the exchange might not be good today, right? Um, I'm going to say you want to not be judge and jury, right? That's why I'm saying I got the distinct message coming in here that you want to lay low. You may have this in mind. You may know that that's exactly what you want to do, but you want to collect yourself today. That's where I think this is coming from. You want to ground yourself in some logic here. You want to do this in a way, whatever this is to you, that's self-honoring, right? We don't want to play judge and jury because we've all cast a stone at one point, so we're not ever in a position where we're never at fault for something. So you want to do what you need to do here, but you want to do it in a way that is self-honoring to you. And um, I think there's a lot of unpredictability in here. These are wild cards. These people can turn on you in a blind second. Usually they think they're doing the right thing. They think they have a high moral compass, but it's usually for a self-serving reason, right? Like they'll help you, but there's absolutely a benefit in that for you. So if this is in a business arena, you really want to watch yourself. Um, if it's on a relationship arena where, you can't really, the person is out, says this but does this. There's a paradox here of someone that can talk the talk, or I should say, we'll just coin it. This will be, someone who can actually talk the talk, but they can't walk the walk. They'll tell you one thing, but they do the complete opposite. And again, this can be in any forum, but this, as far as energy goes, okay, guys, I think is great because, well, it would help if you could see it. I think that the world card here is a point in time, right? It's a place where we realize that the chapter turns, right? The chapter turns and you can't unring the bell from here, so you've got to go forward. And you realize that you may not have an exact plan yet, right? But you stop, you don't forge ahead, you get your perspective, you take a step back. This is why I really keep thinking, stay in the shadows. Stay in the shadows, observe what's going on, collect yourself, okay? And don't engage in this unless you really know what you're saying. Okay, I guess where I'm going to is say what you mean what you say. All right, you want to show up into this, whatever this is for you, in a self-honoring way, because you don't want to leave something where you've got, karma trailing you here, right? It's we can put an end to things, and we can be done with things, and we can let go of people, even though sometimes we can still very much care about them, but we know that this is what's coming, and this is where you're at, and the line has been crossed, and you can't undo certain things. You can't unring certain bells. So that's the realization in the world card, right? It's a cycle and change. It's turning. This was a tough lesson, you know, but I'm now going in a different direction, and I'm not going to repeat this mistake. And I may not know where the hell I'm going or what I'm doing or how I'm getting there, but I'm going to take a minute for myself. I'm going to stop. I'm going to think about where I've been before I go where I'm going. The Fool card too, guys, I want to bring it in here. It's normally not talked about this way, but I think in here it kind of applies, okay? The Fool card he looks like this because it's it can be internal too. You can feel like this inside, and I pretty much guarantee that you do, okay? The Fool card is taking an honest look around, right? Look at humanity, look at culture, look at the sad state of the world, right? There's always a positive, so let's not get stuck here. I'm just saying that the Fool card is usually what comes out the other side. He's what shoots out of the World card, right? He's been through hell and back, and he's going to go in a different direction. Life has kicked the crap out of him. Maybe he's had dishonest friends, crappy relationships, people, stabbing you in the back, basically, and just looking around at the sad state of affairs. Sometimes you've got to take a deep breath. Thank God we've got air today, right? We've got to pick ourselves up, dust ourselves off, and start going again. But we don't really know where we're going, so we'll just stop for a minute. There's no marathon in life. This has been a crud situation, clearly, whatever it is. Okay, the 10 of Swords, 3 of Swords, not easy to get through, especially when you've got this nice card sitting in the middle here. Okay, but someone may have been, like I say, talking the talk but not walking the walk. If someone, an example, a relationship, just an example, okay? Someone, we want to get married, we want to buy a house, but yet you're at paradox here as far as, well, it can be anything. It's just, I think it's a real, someone's not doing what you thought they were going to do, or what they said they were going to do, or what you anticipated they were going to do. There's a huge stark reality here that, how do I say, with this card, the 10 of Swords, and the perspective here in this scenario, was really one of, I may have sacrificed myself or lived beneath what I know I deserved or could accomplish because I wanted to be with someone, right? Or I wanted to do something. You basically self-sabotaged yourself, or self-sacrifice. That's a better word. Sometimes we do that without even knowing it, but we always know. We always know. That's why when that Tower card blows through town, it's never a surprise. It just still stinks, right? So I really think that, you may have, a lot of times we try to help other people, right? But we sacrifice ourselves. And then when they fall short and they end up disappointing us in the end, we're like, son of a bitch, that person. When in fact, we knew all along that we kind of weren't really going to get what we want, but in the moment we prayed that we were wrong, and now here's the stark reality that no, we weren't wrong, right? So this can play out in any regard. This could be business partnerships. This is anything, yourself plus others, yourself plus one, yourself plus others. It's someone and yourself, the dialogue was off somewhere, right? A lot of times people really do think that they can do something, and in hindsight and in retrospect and in clear honesty, they can't. right? But again, we may have put the expectation on them, and either way, lines were skewed here, all right? But now it's pretty straightforward. You've got the whole picture here, all right? And this is most likely how you feel on the inside. But the good news is, with this World card here, okay, again, though, it's not an easy energy, because again, you've got to, the universe is going to turn this here. So something, you know, comes to life. Something just crosses your path that really just stinks. There's no easy way to put it. It's one of these things that just really stinks. But depending upon how you get back up and you go in a different direction, okay? You just want to today, you want to take a breath. You don't want to engage in any of this today, okay? There's too much in here. I mean, we went from having no air to like a windbag fest here. And I think people are going to be scurrying. They're going to be looking to protect themselves. They're going to be throwing other people under the bus. Something is occurring here, and it's going to be in many different facets because you're all not living the same life, right? So whatever it is, your takeaway from this is you really want to self-protect today. Be that hide in a closet, stay home from work, not answer the phone. You're going to want to just take a minute for yourself. Okay, the good news, guys, the good news, okay, is that this clears. It all passes, right? This too shall pass, even though it's a crud fest. I'm not going to lie, okay? So uh, ground yourself, hide out today. I'm going to tell you this too on a solo level. Feel the feelings that you're feeling, okay? If you want to be pissed, be pissed. Don't think you've got to take the moral high ground today. Hide in the closet and cry. Get it out of your system, because these emotions are showing themselves. You want them to come up because you want to deal with them and then get rid of them. What happens when we don't get rid of stuff is we fester it in there. It festers, 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 and it shows up, either on CNN, where you're plowing through a crowd, or it shows up in, the next relationship. Oh crap, I got in this again because my energy wasn't clear and I sucked this in, right? Be it in any arena. I wanted to go a little longer on this video today because I don't want to leave you thinking that you're not going to recover from this, whatever it is. You absolutely will. You absolutely will. These are great cards to have at the tail end of a reading, and they fell out. So you're supposed to know this, okay? I hope I did this reading justice. I really tried. Um, Again, this is about you. I'm reading for you. So do what you need to do for you today, okay? And feel any emotion that comes up and then deal with it, right? Um, there you go. Okay, thank you so much. I hope I helped you in some way. If you need a private reading, please reach out to me. I will be more than happy to do that for you. Okay, thank you so much.